Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and you all are having a great day. To start things off, we look like we see a little bit of green right now. It's Friday the 13th, March 13th, 2020, and last couple days we've been having a roller coaster. XRP has went as low as 11 cents. Man, something told me not to buy earlier in the month when I had some extra money. Now it's like I'm just like tapped out. You know, it's like my little reserves to catch the dip. It was like all tapped out. But hey, a lot of people are panicking. But hey, just take it in stride. All right, so let's start things off. The Bitcoin dominance is at 64%. Now, Bitcoin is at $5,592. Ethereum is at $130. And XRP, the digital asset of the future, is just shy of 16 cents. Is at 15.97. Now, a minute ago, there was in the 24 hours was in the green, but now it's showing red a little bit. But in the last hour, you still have like 2 to 3% on XRP and 2% on BTC. Now, we just had an office meeting today, and you know I'm at the office right now, as you can see, but people just have no idea what's going on. I was like, hey, it's because of the world event. That's why the prices are dipping. Nothing to see here. Everything is all right. Nothing to see here. So we shall see. All right. So I get this tweet by Ben Rocket. Now, I love 60 Minutes. So I definitely gave him a tip. And so this is a little segment of 60 Minutes. Listen to what he had to say. It's a hot second.
The size of the account.
Is that tax money that the Fed is spending?
It's not tax money. We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Is that tax money
What'd he say?
that the Fed is spending?
It's not tax money. We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Is that tax money that the Fed...
They're using the computer to build up the size of the account that they want to distribute. Is that what I'm hearing?
Fed is spending?
It's not tax money. We simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account.
Wow. Now, this is just I wouldn't say out of context, but you could look up the whole interview and actually get the big picture. But it's just crazy. And the Fed is just printing more money, making more money up, and trying to build liquidity where there's none. So let's see what KTLA Channel 5 say. Breaking, the nation's second largest school district will all of its schools... The second largest school district will close all of its schools starting Monday in response of the world event. Had to add that in there. So a few years ago, before I got into real estate, I had a school bus company. So I sold it, but from time to time I drive a school bus. So they closing everything. Sporting events, the school district. My wife works for the city. They're talking about having half the staff work on 1 week and have the other staff come in the following week, alternate weeks, just so if one person gets infected, it won't infect the whole business. This is just insane. Now, you've probably seen some pictures of stores being bare, different things going on. Everybody buying toilet paper. I don't know. Maybe the world event gives you the runs. I don't understand. Maybe I'm making light of a serious topic, but you have to put some amusement into the situation because it's just ridiculous. You go into the store and buy all the toilet paper up. I could see the hand sanitizers and different things like that, but man, it's just getting crazy. Now, my local store got a full shelf of toilet paper and sanitation products. Basically people in the hood are not running in like, oh, look, woe is me. We got other things to worry about, and it's just crazy. Now, my wife, called me today, or she left me a Marco Polo. Like, I'm in the store in Inglewood, and they just going insane, fighting over stuff, trying to take things off the shelves. I'm coming back to South Central. I just don't know what to tell you. They're putting more on it, so that way they can reset the economy, in my opinion. But just take care of you and your family. Do what you feel it needs to be done. All right, let's see what else is on the agenda today. The Digital Asset Daily. I am equally excited. The financial system will continue to increase its volume on XRP and XRM. They care less about feelings. They're connected in a massive way, and this opportunity is simply unbelievable. Air quotes. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is great, because these are historic lows, and if you have the opportunity to take advantage of it, feel free and go ahead. I really hope you do. All right, so, and this video is going to be quick. It's not anything crazy, but I just wanted to make this a quick video. All right, let's check out this tweet from Status.
Last year I had a fellowship at the Bank of England for a month, and I had to pay my rent in advance. It cost me $10 and took me 24 hours to transfer the money from Bank of England to Santander UK. So I'm not going to tell you what the platform was. You know what my banks are. The problems with that transaction were that the money was uninsured for the 24 hours that it was in transit, and $10 may still be a lot of money for the Philippine copy editor, but I think there's a tendency to overstate the gravity of the problem. The question, and Brad, this is an honest question. Ripple is, one of your products is to distribute liquidity through the payments system. So the question is, could there be a run on Ripple? In other words, everybody wants your liquidity. Nobody wants to provide it because there is a scenario where people develop doubts for good reasons or bad about the system.
So let me first clarify what Ripple provides. Ripple doesn't provide liquidity. Ripple provides technologies that allow you to access liquidity that exists in the marketplace. In the last 24 hours, the digital asset marketplace traded about $50 billion of liquidity in 24 hours. That includes XRP, but that includes Bitcoin and Ether and what have you. So, could there be a run on digital assets at large? The nuance of the question is, Ripple sells technologies. Can there be a run on Ripple? I don't know what that looks like. I mean, I can't really think about that. Could there be a run on digital assets? I don't know. I mean, today, again, $50 billion of liquidity, and, people are moving liquidity around. For XRP, a settlement happens in 3 seconds.
XRP happens in 3 seconds. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was like a long roundabout way to answer it. But yeah, Brad Garlinghouse, for XRP settlement happens in 3 seconds. And right now, I believe the liquidity is tight for XRP because of that such a low volume. Can't really do nothing with a 10-cent XRP, but you can do a hell of a lot with $100, $1,500, $2,000, $5,000 XRP. And I truly believe that XRP will be $10,000 a coin one day. So thanks, Status. And let's go over here. So, a CEO of the big banks, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citibank, claimed the banks are in good shape and this is not a financial crisis. Let me back up right quick. Where is that? I thought I saw something. Let me go back. All right, well, maybe it's down here. Oh yeah, I think it's down here. Yeah, that's the same thing they said during the financial crisis. And, there's nothing to see here. Please disperse. That's crazy. So let's see what they had to say when they was meeting with the president.
At the White House today, and at the White House is where we find Wilfred Frost with more color on what they talked about today. Wilf.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, it was a very rare gathering at the White House today with the leaders of all of the nation's biggest banks and private equity companies. An attendance list, therefore, that had a sort of 2008 financial crisis feel about it, though the comments that came from the bank CEOs was decidedly different from 2008 in tone. Let's take a listen.
We're very strong and capitalized. We are in great position in terms of liquidity, capital, and strength.
This is not a financial crisis. And the banks and the financial system are in sound shape, and we are here to help.
Most of what I'd say would echo what's been said. The banking system is in good shape. The virus obviously poses a unique challenge, both for policymakers and for businesses, large and small, operating across the country. All businesses are very, very focused on their people and taking care of their people. As part of the banking system, we're looking to help businesses, large, small, individuals, any way we can.
It was Goldman Sachs' David Solomon at the end there. We even got some specific lending numbers from JP Morgan COO and President Gordon Smith, saying that in just the last 40 days, they'd extended $26 billion in loans to small businesses. He also gave me a quote about his CEO, Jamie Dimon, who, of course, is recovering from heart surgery. He says he's recovering well. We expect him to be out of hospital soon, and he really appreciates all of the warm wishes he has received. But back to that meeting, Brian, and even if the tone there from the bank CEOs was fairly encouraging, that is what we would have expected coming into this meeting, and there was no specific policy announcement to stem the slide in markets or in the bank stock specifically. Perhaps that comes tonight from the Oval Office at 9 p.m., but it wasn't enough to stop the banks closing down 5 or 6% today. The banks index down some 38% since the January high.
All right, Wilfred Frost at the White House. Wilfred, thank you very much. Dan, Citigroup fell 8.5% today.
Yeah, listen, I think that you can be cynical and you can look at that meeting and say, what the heck is going on? Or you can say to yourself that, yes, the banks are in a much better place than they were 12 years ago in the throes of the financial crisis. And you can also say that whatever comes, whatever the president announces tonight, and whatever Mnuchin, whatever the Treasury kind of puts in place to kind of, from a fiscal standpoint, to help small businesses, to help businesses that are being constrained right now, it's going to be a private-public partnership that gets it done. That's going to be the thing that I think instills some confidence in investors. And once we get some plans on that, that's when maybe we stop seeing this extreme volatility in not just the stock market, but in credit markets, that sort of thing. And going back to what you guys were saying on the 10-year, it is encouraging that it did find a floor. Not too much above zero, but it found a floor. And I think everybody would be pretty happy if that thing just kind of stabilized around 1%, especially as we head into the Fed meeting. So again, my view is like, bring all the CEOs in there, have them be confident, make commitments about what they can do to help out right now, and let's try to stem this tide before it becomes a financial crisis.
Yeah, trying to find this is what Dan Nathan does for you. We're trying to find a little bit of bright spot with the 10-year yield. So it is good to find any glimmer there in the markets.
Yeah, and you see this was posted on March 11th, and March 12th was Black Thursday. They said that the markets has lost more than Black Monday did in 1987. 1987, I was graduating high school. So it's just crazy. Now, right now, I think the Dow Jones is moving up 9.3%. So it's recovering from yesterday. So let me see the 5-day. Yeah, look at that. Boop. Now, I think, let me check. Yeah, so XRP is going up. Now, this is my market watch. So since this is Friday, I started the weekend market watch. And let's go back some hours. It was XRP was at 16 cents earlier. So that's why I kind of like it, because after the recording you can go and see what happened with the day. So like right now, Bitcoin is up 5,600. So it's moving back up a little bit. XRP is at 15 cents. So it's still tethered to each other, but I think in the next few days and a week, we're definitely going to see what's going to happen. Now, XRP can crash and burn down to 5 cents. Bitcoin could crash and burn, go down to under 1,000. We just don't know. Or if something happens on Monday or next week where they say, hey, the markets are low enough so we can like reset everything, and then they reset it. Because you got to understand, like, all right, take the LA Unified Schools, for instance. They closed the school for 2 weeks. This is to see, they closed it down for 2 weeks to see, all right, let's see how everything's going to turn out. Let's see where the global event is going to take us. Now, during that time, I can't say about other communities, but I know I work in South Central. I sell homes in South Central. I do community events in South Central. My church is on 103rd and Grape in LA, in South Central. That's the heart of the Watts riots back in the 60s. The heart of the LA riots was maybe 1.5 miles from my home, on Florence and Normandy, and you gotta understand, people in my community live paycheck to paycheck, and so the schools are out for 2 weeks. Who's going to be paying child care? Are the employers going to let those parents take those kids to work? Who's going to be paying for the insurance? While the kids are out of school. That's an extra expense. It's like, oh, okay, I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to feed my kid breakfast and lunch. Now I have to feed them on breakfast and lunch, and okay, well, let's say they can't take them to work, they keep them at home. Okay, now you have a latchkey kid. Some of these kids in LA, maybe they're going outside and play and, get mischievous like we did when we was kids and getting into trouble. Then they have to take off work and, like, hey, what were you doing? It just so much can go wrong. I think this is maybe not the best way to police the situation regarding the global event. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but like keep kids in school. Now in California, it's like LA County is a big county, and I believe there's absolutely no cases of the global event out here. Now in California, as of March 13th, Friday the 13th, 2020, there only have been 4 fatalities from the global event. And out of those 4 fatalities, all of them was over the age of 50, and they already had health issues. Now, we know that Tom Hanks and his wife has been infected with the global event. And if you check out his tweets, he's doing fine. It's like an annoying cold or what's that called? Flu. What's something bigger than the flu? Pneumonia. That's it. And it's irritating. Just, hey, we just have to keep rested, drink lots of water, keep the fluids, drink our soup, take our medicine like, good patients, and we should be okay. So don't lose your mind. Just have a level head. Just understand that as far as the global event is probably overstated. This is a chance for the big boys, if they're going to do the global reset, is the perfect time to do it. As far as we all thought that once traditional markets crash and burn, all that money will come into crypto. But I think somebody in crypto, a miner, from what I read, sold 100 Bitcoin. That tanked the market. So now we're recovering from that. Unless some other whales tank the market should be coming back up in a few days. But within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'll definitely see where we're at. And then on the other hand, you still have the Bitcoin halving that supposed to shoot up prices, I believe. So just be cautious with you and your family. Just take it easy. Don't be looking at the price 24/7. Now, right now, XRP just went over 16 cents. So that's good. But this is the XRP agent. I hope you like this video. If you like what I'm providing, please like and subscribe. If you hadn't subscribed already, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you can get alerted on any time I do a video. And if you have any comments, please leave a comment below. I definitely like your comments. And as always, stay safe. This is the XRP agent. Until next time, later.